Sometimes my software does not pick up my microphone for some reason. Okay, let's try that again. Good morning, everybody. My name is DeeJay. I'll be joining you here today for a cast of West Ham versus Manchester United in the Premier League. It's the third game of the day here for Premier League. And we are just about a minute and a half away from kickoff here, so I'm going to get right into the lineups. We have a couple of interesting things to talk about for the lineups here, particularly on the side of Man U. So let's go through West Ham first. We can talk about that at the end. For West Ham, got Lucas Fabianski in goal, Fabian Balbuena, Angelo Ogbonna, Aaron Cresswell going to be making up the back three with Vladimir Kufal, or I think it's Sufal, and Arthur Masuaku actually going to get a start today at the wing-back positions. Declan Rice, Thomas Souček going to make up the base of that midfield. Jared Bowen, Pablo Fornals, and Sebastian Haller will get the start here today as the front three. Pretty standard lineup here from David Moyes. It will be interesting to see how that three-back sets up, but should match up fairly well against the shape put out here by United today. But let's talk about the players in the United lineup. We have Dean Henderson in goal today. David De Gea still injured after taking a knock in the last outing, had to be substituted at halftime. And Dean Henderson will get his first start in the league. Of course, much talked about goalkeeper here, was very successful on loan with Sheffield United last season, and has been in conversations for both the England and Manchester United setup as David De Gea's form has dropped over the last season and a half. So we'll see how he does here today. But in front of him to help him out, we have Alex Telles, Harry Maguire, Victor Lindelof, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Midfield trio, Paul Pogba getting a start here today for Solskjaer, Scott McTominay, and Donny van de Beek also going to get a start here. Front three will be Anthony Martial, Edinson Cavani, and Mason Greenwood. So finally, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer seeing an opportunity here to rest Bruno Fernandes, who has played every single match for United so far this season. United, of course, just coming off that 3-1 defeat to PSG in the Champions League on Tuesday. And hold on here, as we should be getting the game at this point, but the NBC cast, per usual, still playing a little risky here. We just want to make sure we get that. Looks like it should be fine. And West Ham will be coming off of another victory last weekend. David Moyes has his team up to 5th at the moment in the Premier League table, so we'll be feeling very good about where they are. Defeating Aston Villa 2-1 that Monday match. But it is a pretty strong lineup put out here by Moyes. An interesting lineup put out by Solskjaer. Again, resting both Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford here today. We'll see Pogba and Van de Beek get an opportunity to make a start. We'll see what kind of impact they can have. I believe this is the first time United have run this lineup this year. And, of course, a couple of players that people are always calling for to get playing time, Pogba and Van de Beek in the lineup, and Edinson Cavani fresh off the 2 goals and assists to help United come back 3-2 against Southampton last weekend. We'll get another start up front here. So it'll be interesting to see how this Man U shape works out. Again, 3 midfielders. So will mostly be McTominay as the anchor with a little bit of rotation between Van de Beek and Pogba. Anthony Martial moves back out to his left wing position that he was playing before he became the striker in the absence of really a traditional post-up striker for United. Mason Greenwood will get that entry on the right-hand side. So pretty much the same everywhere except the midfield and that front man, Edinson Cavani there. But we will see if United are made to be punished for resting Bruno Fernandes. He has been so critical to their campaign so far. And just is so much of their creativity in attack. Okay, and here we are right into the game here. Again, NBC not being very friendly with us, just kind of no build-up whatsoever, just right into the cast here. But here's West Ham. Bowen crossing this one. That one flicked away at the back post by Wan-Bissaka. This one will be cleared back in. Masuaku looking for a cross, and that one will arrive at the feet of Bowen. Bowen driving in, it deflects. Here's Henderson forced into an early save here. Rambunctious start here for West Ham. Bowen now in the box, driving around the challenge. He's shooting that one well wide. And finally, the attack will dissipate here for West Ham. But coming out of the gates firing are the Hammers. So it's, I believe, Fornals jumping in there. Getting in front of Dean Henderson as this ball is bouncing around the box. You can see Bowen settle it here. Drives forward. Gets a good little dink in there. It's deflected, I believe, by McTominay. It allows Fornals to kind of sneak in there. Now here's Pogba. United in the controversial zebra away kits. Pogba. Moving this one forward, collected by Martial, but that one taken off of him by Declan Rice. He'll move it out to Bowen. Just looks back here for Souček and now Ogbonna. Good interception here by Wan-Bissaka. So Ogbonna was looking forward. Now it's Maguire. Pogba. Van de Beek's first touch. Simple one here. It's United patient possession here. Can see most of the West Ham team dropped in behind the ball here. Allaire applying the pressure to the strikers along with Pablo Fornals. Van de Beek. SSB mix. To answer Nolan's question, the reason is my COVID test hasn't come back yet, so I have no idea whether I'm positive or negative. So yeah, that's safety first. So this long pass from Harry Maguire will arrive at Cavani's path. Cavani will go to ground here. We'll get a free kick, and now it's West Ham coming the other way. West Ham getting us started again. This one coming away through Balbuena. It's going to come back to Ogbonna. Dropping deep here as United lines press high, and a mistake there from Balbuena as he'll clear into touch. It'll be a throw into United. Taking their time here as Alex Telles is chasing a ball. David Moyes has another one at his feet. Yeah, ball boy's not on point for this particular throw-in. Telles taking about a half inch with every new second. Throw-in will finally come in, bouncing around midfield. Souček will get there before Pogba. His pass almost read there by Greenwood. And in the ensuing scrum, United will come away with it. It's Pogba once again. That one, poor pass there from McTominay will escape the attention of Telles. It'll be a throw-in on the near side to West Ham. Excuse me. Sofal will just knock that one off of Martial. Sofal has been a very good addition for West Ham this season, coming in early on for the injured Ryan Frederiksen. Has really made the spot his own. Maybe a little less daring going forward than Fredericks, but has been very defensively robust for them. Has still offered some decent crossing, and David Moyes has been very happy with him. Another Czech addition for West Ham, along with Thomas Souček. Good work here down the far side. Wan-Bissaka, excellent defending there on Pablo Fornals as he steals that one away from the Spaniard and then sees Pablo Fornals tumble over. Now Fornals trying to bite back into Wan-Bissaka. It's now West Ham again. Another good challenge there for Wan-Bissaka, but this one will come out for a throw into West Ham. Sebastian Allaire getting the start here today in favor of Michail Antonio. Antonio was injured, did come back on last week, getting the start from David Moyes, but was fairly clear that he wasn't quite at full match fitness as the long throw comes in here, easily won there by Pogba. Bouncing around the United box before Maguire can sort of finish the clearance. Pogba will now sky this one. Still hanging around the top of the D for United. Bounced back in by Souček, but finally it will be Pogba to settle this one. He is chased by Haller. Cavani, good combination play there. Into the feet of Greenwood. His touch will escape Souček. United still with possession here. I've been slowed down a bit as this one comes out to Telles. You can see a forward run coming outside of the boot from Telles here. Looking for that Greenwood run. He will pick him out. Greenwood under pressure here from Balbuena. Telles going to move it back here. Pretty good work there by a couple United players to keep possession in that corner of the pitch. They are being forced back now by West Ham's pressure. They do still have the ball at their feet. Have moved their center backs all the way up to half here, so can try to pin all 10 players of West Ham into their own half as Wan-Bissaka now chased back by Fornals. Good ball by Maguire into the feet of Martial. He'll go down under the pressure from Balbuena, but it is a foul there on the West Ham man. United will have a free kick in their favor here. Just about 8 minutes into this one. Here's Pogba. Van de Beek. Maguire. Good work here by Balbuena on Martial. This time Martial not very strong, holding off the defender. Bowen is in behind here, streaking into the United box. Bowen's going to shoot on his right foot. He's going to score! And the offside flag has come up. You probably heard me not get that excited about it initially because it looked pretty obvious and he was offsides, and it looks like that will hold. Yeah, he is very clearly offsides here. Yeah, very nice run, but the ball coming a little bit too late there for Bowen to remain on sides. Does do well to drive that one forward, and the finish is solid on his weaker right foot there, but all of it is for naught. That's a run too early there from Jared Bowen. Now Van de Beek losing out to Declan Rice here. Excellent challenge there from the Englishman. Souček over to Sofal. He's met by Telles here. Ball goes up the line. Tries for a 1-2. Does Bowen, but that's a poor pass, and it will end up with United. Now Dean Henderson connects well with Pogba. He'll look to McTominay. Can bring it away here. Good check-in from Martial. It's Telles now. Japaglialunga, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the booth. I hope that's how you pronounce that. I apologize if I messed that one up. Now far side here, West Ham battling for possession. It'll come off a United player. Decent forward play by Haller. Once again in here for the injured Michail Antonio, who was brought on to start last week by Moyes, but just clearly was not quite match fit, really struggled in that match and was eventually hauled off at about 55 minutes. Cresswell's tripped here on the far side. It'll be a free kick to West Ham. So trying to work their way out of that corner, but holding on to it well so far, and now have a free kick opportunity. They can throw the big bodies into the box. Angelo Ogbonna actually scoring inside the first minute of play against Aston Villa on Monday off of a similar opportunity. It's Pablo Fornals and Aaron Cresswell standing over this one. It will be Cresswell sending this one in deep. Dean Henderson reading that one. It's actually going to escape his attentions, but it actually escapes the attentions of everybody and just rolls out for a goal kick here. So a little bit too much on that one from Aaron Cresswell. You can see what they're trying to do here. Ogbonna hanging around the back post, trying to either head that one across or on target, but the ball just a little bit overplayed there from Cresswell. This is actually Henderson's first career start for Manchester United. Of course, We talked about in the pre-match how important he was to Sheffield United on loan last season. The Blades trying to bring him back once again, but instead were forced to settle for Aaron Ramsdale as Solskjaer was not willing to give him up. But meanwhile, West Ham on the other end here, decent combination play, but finally Fornals will see himself robbed of possession at the critical moment. Was actually offsides there. Take a look at the replay. This one coming over the top. Haller, good run here. Fornals is also onside initially. Actually calling Haller offsides here, and he is barely offsides there. That's very close. I think it wouldn't really have mattered in the end. Fornals was certainly about to get crowded out by about 3 or 4 United defenders, but very tight call there from the referee. So 12 minutes into this one, both teams still trying to find their footing, at least in attack. Both fairly happy with how this one has started. Neither really in true ascendancy here just yet. Cavani will pressure Fabianski into a clearance here. This one straight up to Maguire. Easy header for him, but it is brought down by Sofal. Unsuccessfully will roll out for a United throw here. Be really important to keep our eyes on United's midfield here today. Again, we talked about it in the pre-match. Both Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford getting a rest here today. Those two players usually so instrumental in United's attack. Fernandes, the creative presence, the one who's there to take shots from afar, put crosses in, make very creative, short little passes around the final third here. And Rashford, really the power engine for United's attack, driving forward, causing problems for defenders, both with the ball and in the press. Both of those players sat down here for what is a much-needed rest. We talked about Fernandes playing in every single United match this year. Rashford only absent for minor injuries so far. They are hugely important to this United side, but as we've seen from every big club, any club that has to play extra competitions, resting your front player or your starting 11 is absolutely critical as the season wears on. And Solskjaer needs to find matches like this one where he can try to rest his players and still find a victory, but it's always a risk with United because of how critical those two players are. You know, Man City, Liverpool have a lot of options when you rest one, say Mane, say Salah. You can bring on Jota, you can bring on a lot of players off the bench to try to fill the gap. For United, we really haven't seen that sort of creative or lethal presence from any other players consistently when those two are unavailable for selection. JPAC, hi from Uruguay. Well, hello. Thanks for tuning in. Cavani is the man. We actually, one of my former club coaches was Uruguayan, and he is also a huge Cavani fan. I see him post on Facebook all the time about Eddie, and obviously he was super good for United last weekend, and that made me pretty happy. That 3-2 comeback was pretty incredible. It's this one bouncing around the top of the United box. They'll come out with it. Pogba going to look over the top for the run of Cavani here. It's brought down pretty well there by Cavani. That one rolling over his shoulder. Looks for a cheeky back heel here, but not on the same page as Mason Greenwood. And Cavani a little frustrated with that one. He thought it was a good opportunity, but Greenwood just not seeing what Cavani was going for there. Now it's West Ham coming away. It's Bowen. Doesn't really have any support just yet. Will be forced to look backwards. This one crossed in by Sofal, easily read by Pogba. He'll put the initial deflection on. It'll come all the way across to Masuaku. Still with it here. He's going to look for the overlapping crest. Well, that cross deflected by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Well played there by the United defender. Poor pass here from Greenwood will be intercepted by Rice. Here's Masuaku. This one inside the box. Haller trying to hold off Maguire, but will be robbed of possession by the retreating McTominay, and a free kick will be called on Haller. It's an okay cross from Masuaku. It actually does pick out the feet there of Haller, but you can see that touch just escapes him a little bit. McTominay sees his opportunity, does some good defensive work there, drops in to help his defensive line as he's doing it once again here, robbing Bowen of possession at the top of the United box before he finds himself unceremoniously brought to ground here by Thomas Souček. We'll get a little talking to from the referee. Don't think he'll get a yellow card for that one this early into the match. pretty poor challenge there, coming from behind, hoping it can get a piece of the ball. No purely bad intent there from Socek, of course, and this early into the match, our referee's usually a little hesitant to pull out the card unless there is a pretty clear counterattacking opportunity, which there really wasn't there for United. Tomine slow to his feet, but will finally walk away from the scene here. It'll be Harry Maguire standing over it. By the way, one thing I need to ask the chat here, because it's so polarizing. United's jerseys, like 1 to 10, how good or bad are they? I think they're pretty bad, but I would love to see all of your opinions on these uniforms. They are certainly something. Here's Maguire moving this one into Cavani. That one getting away from Cavani a little bit. It'll be knocked long. Maguire's there for the initial header. McTominay brings down the second ball. Pressured here by 2 or 3 West Ham players. We'll take a bit of a knock there from Bowen. We'll draw the free kick here. Good work from McTominay to keep possession for United. Yeah, a little bit too much there from Bowen. Not quite shoulder to shoulder he would have liked. So Lindelof will get his first touch of the match here. This one coming out to Wan-Bissaka. Good combination play here on the far side by United. Driving forward, here's Wan-Bissaka. Looks in field, has Martial. Going to strike this one. It deflects. And that one will roll out of the path of Fabianski for the first corner of the match here for United. Good combination there between Wan-Bissaka and Greenwood on the far side. Wan-Bissaka's second pass also doing well to pick out Martial. He doesn't see a lot of options in advance of him, so just decides to shoot, and Balbuena able to get a good enough deflection to take the danger out of that one, but still will end up rolling out for a corner kick here. It's Alex Tellez standing over this one. Complaining about the 10-yard differences. They're going to go short here, are United. Bit of a training ground routine. It comes back to Tellez. Different angle crossed in here. That one just escaping Cavani at the near post. Headed away by Socek. United will still have possession. Easy header here for Cresswell. Instead allows it to run. That one actually does not trail out over the goal line. He's forced to clear it. Pogba miscontrols a little bit, and it will be a West Ham throw-in here. So 20 minutes into this one, still really looking for any sort of breakthrough moment from either side. We've had a couple decent passing patterns from each team. A couple moments of sustained possession, but really not a whole lot of really any chances to speak of for either side. And really not a whole lot of great attacking play in general just yet. This one comes forward from Sofal, just kept in play by Bowen. He'll go back across to Declan Rice here. That pass chases Rice back. He can now come a little bit forward. This one will come back to Ogbonna. Balbuena. Sofal. That one a little too hot for Bowen to handle there, and United will come away with it. Wan-Bissaka into Pogba. He'll face up. Force back a little bit here. The ball into Cavani's feet will just come straight back to McTominay. You can see how many maroon shirts standing around Cavani there as he tries to check in. Both of the holding mids here for West Ham playing very deep to try to deny entry passes to the strikers. This one for Greenwood, for example. You can see Pablo Fornals is the one checking back there to try to double down onto Greenwood. Wan-Bissaka. Tomine's pass is inaccurate. West Ham come away with it. A little bit of room to work here for Fornals. He'll look across. Good reading here by Maguire to cut out the pass intended for Bowen. Bowen was in a very dangerous space there. Was in front of his man Tellez, and had that pass connected, should have been in on goal here. Take a look here. Fornals cuts it back. He sees Bowen. Bowen is certainly in on goal there if that pass does connect, but in the end, good defending by Maguire to cut out the dangerous opportunity. Masuaku trying to hold off Wan-Bissaka. His attempted pass there for Cresswell will roll out of play for United throw. Both teams still searching here. searching for some sort of quality in that final third, some sort of control of this match. Good turn here from Pogba on the far touchline. He'll look across the pitch. Look at the beautiful spiral on that pass out to Martial. He'll lay it back from Maguire. Under pressure here from Haller. He'll drive past Haller. Looks forward here. That's a poor pass intended for Tellez, and it'll be West Ham coming away with it. Good work here by Cavani. Has robbed Declan Rice of possession, and now Van de Beek coming forward. Has no United players in advance of him, so has to hold up, wait for support. Now all the West Ham defenders have reset, so just a turnover in the end for Declan Rice. Initially looked like there could have been a counterattack as that ball was lost in a fairly dangerous spot on the pitch. Maguire. He'll loft this one over to Wan-Bissaka. Brought down. Driving forward now. Into the feet of Cavani. Lays it for Pogba. He wins the challenge against Rice. Moves it on to Martial. Here's Tellez on the overlap. He'll look for the cross. It's a great ball around the 6-yard box, and that one's skewed away by Angelo Ogbonna there. Excellent cross from Alex Tellez, looking for that run from Cavani. And in the end, it's good defending for Ogbonna, but certainly a little bit desperate there as that ball was put in the absolute perfect area. Fabianski can't come out to get it, and Cavani right on the back of Ogbonna there as he goes to clear that one. Now standing over this will be Tellez. This one from the far corner, second corner of the match for United here. This one will swing in if they don't do another short corner routine here. Here's Tellez crossing in. That's a really poor corner kick. That one not even escaping the feet of Masuaku. He'll knock that one away easily. Now Wan-Bissaka will look back to that far side. It's Martial over here, faced up against Masuaku. Tellez. Crossing in, this one a better cross, but still headed away by Ogbonna. It'll be Lindelof. Pogba. McTominay. Now Lindelof. United chase back here again. Good defensive structure from West Ham, making it hard on United. Wan-Bissaka come forward. Pogba. Into Van de Beek. Out to Wan-Bissaka. Back to Greenwood. Pogba again under some pressure. Actually has the beating of Souček there and will be hauled to the ground. Good work. Good footwork by Paul Pogba. Take a look at the replay here. We can see a lot of West Ham players collapsing here. Pogba gets around that challenge from Souček, and then you can see the trailing leg from Souček brings Pogba down. Free kick here to United. Looks like Pogba wants to whip this one in. He's standing over it here. Will loft it into the box here, easily headed away by Ogbonna. Knocked down by Lindelof, intended for Pogba, but Masuaku's read it well. It's West Ham with it once again. Cresswell looking to clear under some pressure here. So is Ogbonna. They eventually find Fabianski, who will be able to make the clearance. Header easily won by Lindelof, and Cavani now has it. He'll ship this one over to Tellez. Up the line for Martial. That's a bit of a handball there for Anthony Martial. Basically catching that one between the side of his body and his arm. Wrong sport there, as that one body trap if I've ever seen one. And, oh wow, this might be another handball by Harry Maguire, but actually escapes the attention of the referee here. So Lindelof has it now. Lofted long here by Henderson. Actually does very well to pick out Van de Beek there. Wan-Bissaka forced up the line, but United still playing well here, trying to combine and get to the other side. Van de Beek to McTominay. He has time to look up. His pass easily read there by Balbuena. Chased down here by Martial's Balbuena, but he will just look back. Finds Sofal, now Souček. And Ogbonna. It's been a decent stretch of possession here for United. A lot of pressure put onto West Ham, but really no good chances to show for it. Again, United just seem to be lacking that creative spark that be is usually provided by the likes of Fernandes or Rashford. Pogba playing a little bit too deep to be the creator at the moment, playing in a bit of a double pivot with McTominay. Van de Beek asked to be the creative player and just really hasn't had the opportunity to do so just yet. West Ham have been closing him down tightly. They don't want him to really influence the match out of the number 10 position there. There's Tellez. McTominay. Tellez again. Head up here, but really doesn't see any good crossing options. Ogbonna has already been very active in the air, knocking away some of United's crosses. This one comes to the other side of the pitch here. Wan-Bissaka trying to hold off Fornals here. We'll flick it in behind for Cavani, who looks to be offsides and is now as the flag comes up. Still looking for something in this match from either side, really. 28th minute of play here. I'm not sure we've seen a shot on target, to be honest, since the very first 30 seconds of the match when Pablo Fornals skipped in behind on the deflected shot from Jared Bowen. But since that point, neither side really doing anything to inspire on the attacking end of the pitch. Fabianski waiting for his team to get up the field here. He'll now look long towards Haller. Easily won there by Pogba. Flicked on by Van de Beek, and eventually United can bring it down. Is Martial under pressure? Will escape Sofal's attentions. Now Tellez trying to drive by Bowen. He's picked out Cavani, who's forced to look back to McTominay. Pogba. Pogba's pass deflected there. Good sliding challenge from Greenwood. Will keep possession, but it's cheaply lost by Wan-Bissaka here. Masuaku over to Souček. Retreating from United will force Souček to cut it back, but his possession turned over here for West Ham. Cresswell at the line. Masuaku. Cresswell again. This Haller. He'll lose out. United try to come away with it, but Souček intercepts the intended pass, and now West Ham have it once again, all the way back with Angelo Ogbonna. Comes along from Balbuena. This one intended for Bowen. He cannot control it. It rolls out for United throw. Here's Tellez. Sorry, I'm a little sniffly because I lost odds earlier today. And when I lost odds, I had to do, I had to put a little bit of like the bomb on some of my breakfast potatoes. Now I've been very sniffly since. Here's McTominay looking long here near side for Martial. That one easily read by Sofal. His header's brought down by Bowen. Looks infield to Haller. He'll look backwards. Well read here by Van de Beek, who slides in to win possession. But Pogba's pass for Van de Beek is poor. Declan Rice will take it away. Now it's Masuaku, far side of the pitch here. Has the underlap coming from Cresswell. But he is forced back by Wan-Bissaka. It's Rice. Masuaku crossing. That one deflected. It'll be a corner kick here for West Ham. Half an hour gone in this one. I believe this is the second corner of the match for West Ham. How did that? I think it's first corner. Maybe I'm wrong. It's one of their only corners. From the far side here, be an in-swinging corner. We're actually going to go short here. Does for Balbuena. Now sent in towards the back post for Ogbonna. Well read by Pogba. He'll head away. Bowen puts this one back in the box. Up go the heads, but the flicked on header a little bit too far, and Dean Henderson comes to claim easily. Decent attempt here from West Ham. You can see what they're looking for. Ogbonna peels off and is looking for that back post ball from Balbuena so he can put it back across the box, but it's actually well read by Pogba, who stays his post at that backside. He's able to go up and take that one away. This is intended pass from Cavani, a little bit too much on it. Escapes McTominay. Good dribbling here from Bowen. Gets around McTominay. Now right around Tellez. Driving forward is Bowen. Right-footed cross towards the back post. Here's the header from Fornals. It's into the side netting. Huge opportunity for West Ham here. Best of the game off of excellent dribbling from Jared Bowen on this near touchline. Take a look at the replay here. He picks this up from Cavani. Pushes right past McTominay. Then a good shift of the body. Completely burns Tellez. It's an excellent right-footed cross towards that back post. Fornals has the angle. He has the header, but he just can't direct it goalwards there, and it ends up in the side netting. Fornals looks anguished as he walks away from the scene. He knows what a good chance he just spurned there. But here's West Ham again. Souček trying to move this one over. It's Bowen striking, but that one always rising and will sail well high and wide of Dean Henderson's goal. So chance for United to settle the nerves here as we see this replay. Harry Maguire's intended pass there is extremely poor. Goes straight into the feet of Sofal. This results in this shot from Jared Bowen, but you can see a little bit of lean back there from Bowen. That one is rising from the very moment it leaves his foot, and Henderson doesn't even need to worry at all. No effort required, as that one is very easily high and wide. This one will come out on the near side for a United throw here. But finally, we do see a good chance provided in this match. A little bit of magic from Jared Bowen on that near touchline, almost unlocking Pablo Fornals at the back post. But fortunately for West Ham, the Spaniard not able to really do that well with his opportunity. We are saying it has been the best opportunity of the match for certain thus far. So now Greenwood driving. He will beat Masuaku on the dribble. Gets his right-footed cross in, but Agbana's there to head away. Bouncing around the top of the box. Eventually won by Cresswell and settled here by Fornals. We'll draw the attentions of Van de Beek before heading back to Cresswell, who will clear. Maguire going to come over and knock this one away. His clearance is not stay in play. It will be a West Ham throw as we see a little bit of a limp here for Paul Pogba. Still wincing as he gets back into his defensive position, so we'll keep an eye on that. See what happened here. He went up for this header. Just landed a little bit awkwardly, it looks like, on that right leg. We'll keep our eyes on to Paul Pogba. Hope that he is all right as Angelo Agbana has possession now. So it'll come out to Masuaku, chased here by Greenwood, but will ride his challenge well. Now looking in field for Fornals. That one cut out by Lindelof. It's Pogba coming away with it. Good reading here by Balbuena will result in a turnover. Now it's Bowen driving forward. Holding off McTominay here. He'll look for a right-footed cross. This one into Haller. Now over to Fornals. He toe pokes and it's off the post! And West Ham with another huge opportunity for Pablo Fornals. And another one goes begging. West Ham putting the pressure on United here, but somehow the score remains 0-0 as we take a look here. It's again good work from Jared Bowen. Puts a little flicked ball into Haller, who moves it on to Fornals. His toe poke goes through the legs of Aaron Wan-Bissaka here. And it just comes off the flat face of the post and bounces right back into the waiting hands of Dean Henderson. Another great opportunity for West Ham. Decent invention there from Fornals. So he realizes he doesn't have enough time to take a full swing at that one. Instead just decides to go for the toe poke, but this time is a little unlucky as it comes back off the post. Now Pogba over the top for Mason Greenwood. He's one-on-one here with Cresswell driving into the box. Will shift back onto his left. Fakes the shot here. Lays it off. Here's Pogba shooting. This one straight into the arms of Fabianski. Pogba went for a side foot there instead of striking through the ball, just hoping to get it on target. Think he was hoping that Fabianski would be a little unsighted by the amount of bodies in front of him. You can see 3 West Ham shirts, 2 United players in the way of this one, but Fabianski not distracted whatsoever, sees the ball the entire way, and it ends up coming straight into his hands. So a pretty easy save there. This one is deflected as Cresswell tries to clear it. It's Van de Beek. He's stuck in there. Bounces out on the far side for a West Ham throw. While United have had some spells of control here in this first half, decent amount of possession as well. They really haven't done a whole lot with it. The better of the chances certainly falling to West Ham, courtesy of a little bit of magical work from both Sebastian Haller and Jared Bowen. So it comes along from Cresswell, headed down by Lindelof, but it's West Ham in possession as Jared Bowen's now on the far side of the pitch. This one gets laid all the way back to Agbana, now to Balbuena. Balbuena looks forward. That one flicked on by Haller. He'll run onto this as Telles had sucked in field. His intended cross will pick out Bowen on the far post, trying to get some space to shoot. He does. It's deflected behind. Good defending by Wan-Bissaka. But Jared Bowen's starting to pop up in multiple places here. This is great work by Haller as he flicks this one on, is able to run onto it himself, looks for that early cross. He picks out Bowen well, but Bowen just can't get enough space to get his shot past Wan-Bissaka, who sticks in well for that one and will deflect it behind for another corner kick here to West Ham. 38th minute of play here, and a little bit of pressure finally being applied here by West Ham onto United's defense. Some excellent work from Jared Bowen in particular has opened a couple of avenues here. Now this corner will be swung in here by Cresswell. Here it comes. This one into the middle of the box. This one headed forward. It's Rice. It's Souček at the back post. He scores! And West Ham take a lead in the 39th minute of play. It's Thomas Souček, courtesy of an assist from Declan Rice, who will get the scoring started here today. West Ham's pressure paid off. They lead United 1-0. Take a look at the replay here. Cresswell swings this one in. Rice rising above Martial there, who mistimes his header at the near post. He gets a great flick onto the backside. He's not looking to score with this, Rice, just trying to put it in a dangerous area there towards the back post. It's a beautiful flick on, and Telles completely falls asleep on the back post as Souček makes the run. He's wide open on that backside. It's the easiest tap in he could ever ask for. But it's a beautiful set-piece routine here for West Ham United. And you have to say you felt it coming. They have certainly had the better of the chances here in the first half. They have looked to be the more dangerous and clinical side in the final third. And finally, one of their opportunities pays off here courtesy of Thomas Souček. Now United under the cosh once again. Fortunately for them, they are the team who has taken the most points in the Premier League so far from losing positions, coming back in 4 matches so far this season, including the one last week against Southampton where they trailed by 2-0. Of course, Edinson Cavani coming on at halftime in that one and really saving the game for United, getting the assist on the first goal and then putting the second 2 away for that huge victory. So United will be fairly used to trailing and will believe they have what it takes to come back, but so far has been a bit of a tough showing for them. Been defensively decently sound up to that point, but just have not shown a lot in the attacking third or in the midfield. And potentially lacking that creativity of both Fernandez as in behind here as Haller. He's going to ship this one past Henderson. Will cut it back on his right. He slips. And the chance will be gone, but I believe Haller is offsides anyway. No signal here. We'll take a look at the replay. Haller is onside for now. He goes up and wins this. Maguire's clearance is poor. Let's take a look at this. He is probably offsides on VAR review, but it is a lot closer than it initially looked. But either way, Haller does well to shift it by Henderson. He cuts it back as Harry Maguire tries to slide to block it. But as he cuts it back, he just kind of steps on the ball, loses his balance here, and just slips inside the enemy box. So pretty tragic there from Sebastian Haller, as he's now fouled to win a free kick for West Ham here. Take a look at the replay here. It's McTominay, bit of a poor touch, and it just plays it right back into Haller. He didn't even see him there, matched up against Lindelof, and Lindelof just drags him to the ground. United definitely on the back foot now. You can see they're probably a little bit rattled by that goal. Is Masuaku going to drive one into the box? Here's the shot from Fornals. This is blocked behind. United complaining about a potential handball as that one ricocheted off Thomas Souček, but not getting the call. Here's that cross from Masuaku. You can see it drills into the sort of stomach area of Souček here. United claiming that it was a handball used to control it as Souček kind of flexed his arms in like this. But no call provided by the referee. It bounced in the path of Fornals, and only good defensive work by Wan-Bissaka is able to clear the danger. Here's Cresswell, another corner kick to West Ham. Swinging this one in again, this one towards the backside, headed away by Pogba. It'll come out to Bowen. He'll look back out wide for Cresswell. Closed down by Cavani, and he'll be forced back. It's Fornals. Masuaku. Masuaku again. Rice. He'll cross this one in, looking in the middle of the box here, headed initially by Maguire. Up goes Pogba for a very acrobatic clearance. It's down with Bowen looking for some space to shoot onto his right foot. His clipped cross is blocked. It's back with Bowen. He'll find Sofal. Lofted to the back post with the left foot. Haller goes up. It's bouncing around, but Henderson can just come and claim that one pretty easily. The danger will pass, but United certainly under pressure here from West Ham in the past 8 minutes, really struggling to get this ball away. You can see Pogba going for a very unnecessary acrobatic clearance here and knocking it only as far as Jared Bowen. Here's United in possession once again. Pogba. Wan-Bissaka. Greenwood. Lindelof. Maguire. Martial. Tellez in behind. Martial potentially offsides here, but it will go to Tellez. Here's the cross left off for Martial. He's going to strike this one, and it's blocked away by Fabianski. Excellent goalkeeping here by the West Ham stopper. Best offensive play here by United so far today. As you can see, this great combination, two-man game between Tellez and Martial, playing it back and forth, and finally Tellez springs in Martial. He aims for that near upper 90 there at the left-hand side. It's the ensuing corner swung in here by Tellez. Up goes Pogba, still bouncing around the box. Souček heads away. Now it's coming forward is West Ham here. This one's sent in behind. Bowen breaking in behind. He's clear in on goal. Two United defenders chasing him. Wan-Bissaka slides in there, gets a huge challenge in. And that one will roll out for a West Ham throw. See the counterattack on here as Souček heads forward. Oh, but we've got a quick corner here as Dean Henderson's been forced into another save. Looks like offsides is called here on West Ham. Not sure exactly what happened here as we just blinked back to live play from the replay. Here is the replay. Quick throw in taken here to Rice. Comes into Balbuena. He looks back. Crossing from Cresswell is headed down by Bowen, and that's what forces Henderson into the save. I think Bowen is offsides as we see the replay of Bowen bursting in behind here. His first touch is just, it's a little tough for Bowen here because he's coming across Van de Beek here. His first touch is not vertical enough. Instead, it's a little bit more sideways, a little diagonal. And his diagonal running allows sort of the straight runs from Wan-Bissaka to start closing down the space. Eventually, Wan-Bissaka catches up enough that he can put in that sliding challenge to rob Bowen of possession there. But still more danger here for United. And 1 minute of stoppage time at the end of the first half is allotted by the fourth official here as Martial. Stuck there by Balbuena. Tellez actually wins it back and knocks it out for United throw. But United have been under a lot of pressure for the last 12 minutes or so. Even before the corner kick that was scored by Souček after that flick on from Rice. West Ham had generated a couple of good chances through Jared Bowen and Sebastian Haller. Both for Pablo Fornals. They had been putting a little bit of pressure on, and since the goal's gone in, it has been all West Ham just driving forward at United, and they've seemed dangerous almost every time they attack. And here is another opportunity. Balbuena takes it away from Martial. He's looking for a passing option. Will go through the legs of Paul Pogba, but no sympathy from the referee. United now the other way. This could take us into the halftime break as great sliding challenge from Declan Rice will rob Pogba of possession. Referee allowing the half to continue here. Here's Bowen. Trying to take on a couple United players. Right foot across. Yes, Haller. And that one skied over the top of Henderson's goal. And that will take us to the halftime whistle here. But at the break, West Ham will be much the happier of the two sides. They go into the break with a 1-0 lead, and the first time we've seen fans back in the stadiums here in the English Premier League. The West Ham fans here at home very happy with what their side has put out here in the first half. We'll see if they can continue that in the second half after these commercial messages. All right, guys. Pretty decent first half. The first 20 minutes, 25 minutes were pretty boring there. Both teams really just happy to kind of sit in, wait for something to happen. But West Ham really kind of put their foot on the gas there. Pretty much it started for them after that work by Bowen for the cross that he put in for Fornals. That's really where it started. And since then, he's been a little bit of a thorn in the side of United's defenders, both on the right and the left-hand side. They've been struggling with him in the last 10 minutes, and good set piece routine. Bad jump from Martial. Doesn't do his defensive duty at the near post. Declan Rice gets a good flick on, and Souček is unmarked at the back post. I'll have to take a look at the replay to see exactly who abandoned Souček that he can run to the back post. Tellez is the man closest to him, but it doesn't necessarily mean Tellez is matched up with him. Tellez is a lot shorter than him, so I would imagine it's a bigger person. But after that goal, it was all West Ham. I mean, decent chance for Haller. The through ball for Bowen there. Bowen had another chance at the back post that was blocked away by Wan-Bissaka. A couple corners thrown into the mix. Good cross there from Bowen into Haller. His shot just skied a little bit, but it's all West Ham, guys. United looked very rattled after getting scored on. And in attack in particular, we talked about this. Without Bruno Fernandes and Rashford, they just look bereft of ideas. Pogba's playing too deep. They're playing Pogba too deep. He can't influence the match from there. Van de Beek is completely isolated on an island. Every time Cavani checks in for a ball, there's two defenders coming with him. A defender, midfielder, both center backs. It's tough for him to turn to do anything. They close Greenwood down with three players to make sure he can't dribble on the far side. And if he does dribble, it becomes a little bit of a black hole effect. They don't have any ideas right now. And they really need to have some... We'll see if Ole is going to make any changes or when we'll see Bruno, but none of United's midfielders right now, Van de Beek included, who's in the 10 role, are thinking creatively enough, are thinking or are driving or are playing in a way that would break down a structured defense. It's all too rigid. It's all too pedestrian from United's midfield. And they're the ones that need to be the creators, right? It needs to be that or Cavani flicking in behind for Martial and Greenwood. But you've set up two guys on the wing who like to dribble, right? Martial likes to dribble. He wants to cut inside. Greenwood likes to dribble. He likes to cut inside, although he can more successfully go to the baseline and cross because he's two-footed. They want to dribble. And they're just closing him down with, a defender, a midfielder, a holding midfielder, and their wide midfielder. It's really easy. And they just send both their center backs. They have three backs, right? They're 3-5-2, or they're 3-4-3, I guess. So they send two of their defenders just to double team Cavani when he gets the ball. And because neither of the United players on the wing will cut in behind or aren't doing it enough, and none of the three midfielders are creative enough or high enough up the field to successfully make that pass, United just can't get anything going. So they'll need to make changes, or they'll need to get a shouting, a real hiding here from Ole, because it's just too pedestrian and it's too easy for a side like West Ham to just shift side to side, read that, and just try to pressure you like they did with a few chances here and there, corner kicks, whatever, and they seem to be better at that than United do. So we'll see if United can turn it around. I'm going to go get myself some water, a little bit of a snack, and maybe a little stuff for my nose since I keep sniffling because of that hot sauce. But we'll be back in a couple minutes. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying it so far. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Sorry, I was going out there. My roommates, his girlfriend and his sister, just gave his dog its first bath. So he is running around the apartment right now. It's pretty cool. He is an adorable little guy, little Luca. If we have enough viewers at the end of the stream, I will introduce him to the stream at the end of the game. But he is very wet right now and in some kind of mood. But we can talk about that first half. We mentioned sort of United's struggles, but if we look at it from West Ham's perspective, they'll be extremely happy. Their setup structurally has worked very well. They set up in the 3 center backs with the 2 wing backs. The 3 center backs have lined up against United very well. If United stays wide, they have some help from their wing backs along with the 3 center backs. If they stay narrow, West Ham always has an extra man. So if Greenwood checks in, they can send 2 to pressure him, or 1 defender and 1 midfielder. If Cavani checks in, they can send 2 to defend him. They'll still have a 3rd center back there. And we can see the changes have been made here at half. So it looks like Ole has recognized the same issues that I have here on stream. Bruno Fernandes and Rashford are being prepared here. We talked about United's dependence on those 2 players, and it looks like that will continue. But back to West Ham, their structure's working well. Their team is working well defensively. They're organized. They're tracking back. They're covering the spaces. They're not allowing Martial and Greenwood to dribble as much as they would like. And they're closing down Van de Beek quickly to make sure that he cannot combine with the likes of Cavani or any of the other attacking players. So it's just really excellent work from them. David Moyes will be thrilled. He'll be happy with how they've performed on set pieces. He'll be very happy with Jared Bowen's performance and probably also Sebastian Aller's. And he'll probably look to just keep it up. West Ham will be happy with the scoreline as it is and will think that the game plan is working. So can't have many complaints or arguments with that. So I expect more of the same from them unless United can really turn something around and try to change the way this is going. See if those substitutions do have enough time to make an impact. I would imagine they will, but it needs to be a pretty strong impact. Be interesting to see who is hauled off here. That'll be the big question. I would guess it would be... Oh, we have a follower. Bridget, DeeJay, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the booth. Appreciate it. But let's see. If I had to guess here, I will say, go out on a limb. So Rashford and Fernandes will probably see... Oh, this is tough. I could see both Pogba and Van de Beek being hauled off here. I'm going to guess it's Pogba because he's been in the doghouse recently. And I'm going to guess that it will be Martial withdrawn. Yeah, we'll stick with Martial. I feel like I could be wrong about that one, but we'll see. It's just because both Martial and Rashford like to play on the left. Neither one of them wants to really cross. And they can't cut in on their left. And so Greenwood can offer that where he can cut in on his left or potentially do a cross with his right foot, although he'd much rather cut in on his left. Whereas Martial and Rashford kind of want to play the same role. And I don't think he'll withdraw Cavani. I think he's happy with Cavani. So NBC broadcast is emphasizing it here once again. Man U are the side with the most points won from losing positions on 12. So 4 comeback matches here. Closest behind them is Liverpool with 3. So they will continue to believe that they can turn this one around. It is only a 1-goal deficit, and the halftime substitutions are being made. So a full 45 minutes for Rashford and Bruno to make their impact here. So Bruno will come on. Rashford as well. We'll see what the changes are here. So the bubbles are blowing at the Olympic Stadium here. As on comes Rashford, off will be Edinson Cavani, actually. So did withdraw Cavani. I'm a little surprised at that. It looks like Van de Beek is the member who was hauled off. So got them both wrong. Sorry, guys. It was Donny Van de Beek, substituted for Bruno Fernandes. And also Cavani hauled off in favor of Marcus Rashford. Anthony Martial will no doubt move to the striking position. So this one moved forward by Maguire. Rashford's first touch, and now Bruno Fernandes already looking in behind here. Running onto this one's Martial. He is offsides, unfortunately, and that one will come back for an early free kick to West Ham. So already Bruno looking in behind, trying to make a bit of a creative difference here for United. See him always looking for those opportunities, looking for the big pass, the killer pass, the goal. He really is, always has his nose in for those lethal attacks, really. He can do it himself or set up his teammates, but on the other end, here's West Ham trying to set themselves up for a 2-goal lead, but unfortunately Fornals is offsides this time around, and it will be Man U now, the benefactors of an assistant refereeing decision. Now it's Wan-Bissaka. He'll move this one back to Lindelof. McTominay. Cleared away by Henderson. This one headed around. Still bouncing in midfield. Mason Greenwood moves it forward. It's settled by Martial, who's hauled over by Angelo Ogbonna. It'll be a free kick here to United. Oh, shoot. I forgot to pull down the screen. Glad I caught that. Now here's McTominay. Wan-Bissaka. Tries to pick up McTominay there, but that one runs away from the midfielder. West Ham take possession back. It's Cresswell looking long. Up goes Haller, but his leap is too early. United with it again. It's McTominay. Looking across the field here. It's well read initially by Sofal, but Rashford actually does well to sort of juke him out there and ends up with the ball at his feet, now taking on Sofal. He'll get around him and is held back by the check. A little surprised the referee hasn't blown the whistle there. That was pretty clearly obstruction from the defender there. Bruno Fernandes now into the feet of Pogba. Back to Fernandes. Tellez. Pogba. Lindelof. Fernandes. Back onto his left here. Looking for the right option. Going to look for the killer pass here. That one read by Sofal. West Ham coming away with it through Bowen. He's hauled over by Tellez. It'll be a free kick to West Ham. The struggles in the final third here continue for Man United. Ensuing free kick and go long here towards Haller. He goes up for a little bit weakly, and it's easily won by Maguire. Don't think Haller thought he was going to get any piece of that. Now it's Maguire back into the feet of Pogba. Still playing very deep here for United. Trying more to connect play than help in the attacking third here. Greenwood Again, surrounded by 3 players there. Really do not want him to get any sort of steam on the dribble. Rice, reading this pass from Pogba well, comes away with it. Chased by the Frenchman now. It comes out to Bowen. Bowen just forced backwards. Doesn't have a lot of options. He'll look all the way back to Fabianski. Bonnet out to Cresswell. Closed down pretty quickly, but he will pick out Fornals, who's just forced back to Fabianski. Now good pressure from Martial. Will get a clearance out of the West Ham goalkeeper. But it's more than a clearance there. It's a great pass out to Vladimir Sofal. He'll move it infield to Declan Rice. Has options on the far side. Fornals will move it out to Cresswell. Has Masuaku in support. Plays Masuaku. Waiting for Cresswell's underlap. Driving forward now. Still great defending here by Wan-Bissaka. The clearance comes through from Lindelof. Brought down by Greenwood, but the touch is too heavy. It ends up at the feet of Masuaku. Driving infield here. Looking for an option. It's Fornals in behind here for Cresswell, but that pass going to run a little bit too long, and Cresswell cannot run it down before it rolls over the line for a goal kick. Not the best passing there from Pablo Fornals. It's been a bit of a rough performance from him so far. Has had 2 excellent opportunities presented to him. Neither one has been taken. Passing has also not been its usual sharpness, I would say. Declan Rice will move this one around the back. Cresswell still patient here at West Ham. Finally clipped over the top here towards Bowen. He gets a body check there from Maguire. Plays allowed to continue. Haller shifted it out to Sofal inside the United box. He shoots. He's across the box. It's Bowen. Misses at the back post. Jared Bowen misses a wide open goal at the back post. What an opportunity for West Ham to go up 2-0 here, and absolutely squandered by Jared Bowen. Oh, and he's on sides too. It's an absolutely brilliant ball from Vladimir Sofal. Does so well there, the right back. He picks out the perfect cross. Bowen is unmarked at the back post and just does not get any sort of solid contact on that one, putting that ball wide. West Ham coming again, though. It's Fornals. Masuaku underlapping here. Fornals looking for a cross here. It's good defending once again by Wan-Bissaka. He knocks that one off of Masuaku. It'll be a throw in here to United. How on earth did Jared Bowen not finish that? Throw-in coming here from Wan-Bissaka, brought down by Rice. Masuaku looked back, but his pass is poor. It's right into the feet of Martial. He'll shift this one over to Pogba. Here comes a run on the opposite side from Rashford. Looking for Rashford, but it's well read by Balbuena. Still with Martial, though. Pogba again. Good challenge there by, I believe, Sofal will take it away. And now Maguire into some pressure from Haller. Will shift around Bowen. Going to look for a 30-yard strike here, does the center back. It's actually pretty good contact, but Fabianski sees it the entire way, and it's a pretty easy catch for him at the end of the day. Aiming for that far side of the goal is Harry Maguire. Again, decent strike there, but really never enough power on that one to trouble Fabianski, who never had his vision impeded whatsoever. So, wow, Haller has gone down on the challenge from Maguire here. No call from the referee, but Haller is absolutely crumpled right now on the turf. Pogba continues, though. Into the feet of Fernandez, driving forward, finds Greenwood, striking, bounces off of Martial, and United cannot catch a break in attack here. Some decent work from Mason Greenwood. Bounces off his own teammate. The attack will dissipate once again. Now up the far line here for Masuaku. He'll look in field to Fornals. Souček. Rice. Good ball over to Sofal. He'll move forward. Sees the check in here. Sides better of it. Looks backwards. Now it's Fabianski. Waiting for the pressure from Martial to come before he clears this one away. Up goes Haller. He will win out on the header, but a little bit too much on the flick. And Harry Maguire comes away. That's a great ball played in behind for Rashford. Driving into the West Ham box here on his right foot, looking for options. For McTominay here, striking, and it's just off the side netting. Great chance for Scott McTominay here, but his strike is not accurate enough. It just hits the side netting. And yeah, Rashford is absolutely onside here, held on by Ogbonna. He picks out a great layoff for McTominay here through the legs of Souček. McTominay settles himself with one touch, but his strike is just not accurate enough. He hits the side netting. You can see he's trying to whip it into that bottom right corner there, but he hits it too straight. It's into the side netting, and United's best chance of the match here for Scott McTominay is not answered with a finish of equal quality. Up goes Pogba, but he loses out on this one. Haller dribbling by a couple challenges. He'll move it to Rice. That pass deflected by a retreating Greenwood, but it still is able to be shifted out to Masuaku. Now Fornals has the support of Haller. Good reading by Maguire. Pokes that one away. Greenwood. Sorry, this is Fernandez looking for a bit of an ambitious pass into the feet of Martial. Will be intercepted. Will come all the way across to Bowen here. Cuts in on his left, dribbling forward. Will chip pass for Fornals. Will connect. Masuaku crossing in towards the backside. Henderson just going to let this one run, and it will run out of play. Good read by the United goalkeeper. And Bowen could not get there quickly enough to keep it in play. 57th minute of play now, and second half, you have to say, despite the changes United have made, still has been all West Ham here, and still very shocking. They do not have a 2-goal lead. Again, that chance to Jared Bowen. Great cross from Vladimir Sofal. Not taken by Bowen. He was wide open at the back post, just 2 yards to goal. All he needed to do was tap it in the right direction, but still does remain a mere 1-goal lead here for the Hammers. Good poke in here from Balbuena. Will knock it away from Fernandez. And that 1-goal lead probably not representing how much better they have been than United at the end of the first half and in the beginning of this second half. They have certainly been the side in ascendancy with the better of the play. Here's a good combination from United. Here is Martial in behind the lines. Here plays in Rashford, but the pass too hard. He's offsides anyway. Another decent attack for United. Broken up at the final hurdle. Great little interplay between Martial and Bruno. Bruno's pass for Martial is good, but it's Martial is about a half yard offsides, and his intended pass for Rashford overweighted anyway. Just cannot put that final bit of the attacking move together yet, can United? Ole on the sideline looking out on the pitch, has already made 2 of his 3 available changes here, and has unfortunately not really seen a noticeable impact on this match. West Ham have continued to be the better side, and perhaps even more so than they were in the first half so far in this second half, as this one comes across to McTominay. Moving it back the other way, United. Passing the feet of Greenwood here from Pogba. Once again into Greenwood. This pass for Greenwood from Fernandez, deflected away, excuse me. A little bit of a hobble out of Martial at the moment. Up in the front line for United, as we see Juan Mata getting warm here on the sidelines. Martial chasing down Souček, but Souček does well to hold him off. West Ham in possession. It's Bowen. Haller clipping this one over to the far side. Settled down by Cresswell. Head up here. Masuaku. Ogbonna looking long to the far side. His Crossfield pass will pick out Sofal. Bowen's in the box here. Here's the cross from Sofal. Up goes Fornals, but it's headed away by Lindelof. Pogba now. Challenge here by Bowen. Does hold him off well to start. Picks out Martial. Well, shifted back over to Fernandez. Here's Rashford. Fernandez blocked off by Souček. Play will continue. Here's Rashford into the box looking for a strike. Fakes it. Left foot here. Striking into the side netting. Think that one took a deflection. Should be a corner kick here to the United. Very good attacking play here from Marcus Rashford. Faking his initial shot. Beating one or two West Ham players. But just at the end, a little bit too crowded in his intended shot. It's blocked away here. It's Bruno Fernandes. Corner kick from the far side. Swung in. Headed away by Souček at the near post. It'll be a throw-in now for United on that far side. Bit of a downgrade there in quality after some decent work from Souček. Continues to be a huge anchor in the midfield for David Moyes' West Ham. This is Maguire. Fernandez. Tellez. Fernandez again. United still trying to find a way through here as this one comes out to Rashford. Faced up by Bowen here. He'll move backwards. Fernandez will clip this one over to McTominay. Fornals pressuring him. Pogba. Maguire into the feet of Rashford. Has a little support from Tellez. Looks in field to Martial. His pass deflected. Souček now being pressured. Will get a decent clearance off. It'll run out for a United throw in here. And that third change will be made here from Ole. It will be Martial being withdrawn. So clearly that knock we saw affecting Martial, and he has signaled to the sideline that he cannot continue. And so in just the 62nd minute of play here, Man United is without any further changes. All three subs made here, 2 at halftime, and now Juan Mata introduced here. West Ham coming away with it again. This one shifted to the far side. It's Masuaku. Has the overlap of Cresswell. Waits for that one to come. Will now find Cresswell. Cresswell fakes the cross. We'll just cut it back here from Masuaku. Cresswell again here. Trying to find some space, but he's well pressured by the newly introduced Mata. Fornals now forced into a mistake there. A bit of a deflection off United player, though. We'll keep it with West Ham. So we'll see what the adjustment here is from United. I imagine either Greenwood or Rashford would have gone to center forward. Probably Greenwood in this case, with Mata playing on the right-hand side. It's good defending here from Wan-Bissaka once again. A little bit of help from McTominay will win back possession for United. Here's Bruno. Shifting this one over to Greenwood. He settles it down well. Rashford now in the most advanced position as Pogba picks it up. Clipping this one all the way over to Wan-Bissaka. He brings it down. His pass does not get through Masuaku, but it will bounce out for United throw. Martial still taking his time to get back to the bench. You can see limping pretty hard on that right leg. Keep an eye on the injury report after the match here today. So an over the top here from Pogba. Rashford trying to hold off Sofal, but Sofal will head away. Battle in midfield for possession is won by Victor Lindelof. Wan-Bissaka. McTominay. Pogba. Now Bruno. Bit of a chip pass over the top is not read there by Mason Greenwood. It escapes his attentions, and Fabianski will pick it up. 64th minute here. Fernandez trying to let Greenwood know what he was looking for there. So it'll be rolled out by Fabianski to Ogbonna. Cresswell. The line here to Masuaku. Back into Cresswell. Oh, poor clearance here from Lindelof, and Fornals has it, but mistimed run from Allaire, who was offsides, and now Henderson will come all the way outside of his box to clear this one up the line. He's actually done very well here to pick out Fernandez. Fernandez still on sides. United, decent attacking opportunity here. It's rolled for Pogba, who strikes it, and it's in! What a strike from Paul Pogba! 25 yards out, and United are level! Against the run of play here with not a chance in sight for United, and one clearance from Dean Henderson up the far touchline, arrives at Bruno Fernandes. He lays it off for Paul Pogba, who has a lot to do with this strike. He's 23 to 25 yards out, and it's absolutely inch perfect there from Paul Pogba, side-footing that one into the right-hand corner of the net. Fabianski gets his fingers onto it, but he can't keep it out. It's a brilliant strike from Paul Pogba. And just like that, undeservingly so, United are level here in the 65th minute. Oh boy, we have a VAR review, ladies and gentlemen. They are checking to see whether this ball, this clearance from Dean Henderson, went out of play. Oh boy. I mean, I can't tell from this angle that they're showing me on the screen. There's no way for me to see it. It certainly lands well in play. But we'll just have to wait to see what happens here as they take a look at this one. It would be a real shame if this one were canceled out, and it is not. The ball stayed in play. The goal will stand. I was going to say, as much as United do not deserve to be leveled, that is an absolutely brilliant strike from Paul Pogba, and it would have been a shame to see that called back for a throw-in. This play will resume here. It's United now with the ball once again. Pogba, the goal scorer, coming away with it. 67th minute here. United, some interplay between Rashford and Greenwood. Still have not really in any territorial advances. It'll come back to McTominay. He'll look in for Pogba. Pogba's intended pass there. Well read by Fornals, who picks it out, but it bounces into the path of Greenwood. Here's for Bruno Fernandes looking for some space. Lays it for Mata. McTominay. Wan-Bissaka. Mata. Into the feet of Greenwood. He's kind of bundled over there by Balbuena. No call from the referee. Ooh, Fernandes actually gets a piece of this clearance from Fabianski, but still does its job. Deflects off of Bruno and will go out for a throw in here. Decent closing down there from the Portuguese, though. Here is the throw from West Ham. It's actually been turned over. It's bouncing around the box. It's Greenwood. He scores! And just like that, United have the lead! Where has it come from? What a turn of events here. Away at West Ham, the Hammers were in control with the 1-goal lead. And off of a clearance from Dean Henderson, a brilliant 25-yard strike levels it for United. And now, just like this, it's Greenwood. He takes too big of a touch, but the half volley's brilliant. He buries it into the bottom corner. United have had 2 chances all match, and they've scored both of them. Look at this from Greenwood. The touch is really tough. It bounces up on him. It's spinning. But the half volley is just hit so purely there by Mason Greenwood. It skims off the turf, and Fabianski, whose momentum is moving towards the right-hand side of the goal, he just can't dive. He doesn't get enough power on his dive. He can't push it away. The strike beats him there, and United lead this match 2-1. They aren't worth this 1-goal lead for literally anything. There's not a universe in which United is worth this 1-goal lead, and yet somehow they still lead. And now Rashford finds himself in behind the lines. He cuts it back. Play has continued here, so he's not offsides. Waits for support. Looking for an option, trying to clip it to the back post, but there's nobody there, and it will go out for a goal kick here. What has happened in this match? United had absolutely nothing. They hadn't created a chance all game. West Ham were so in control of this one, and a simple clearance from Dean Henderson stays in play. It goes over the top. Fernandes squares for Pogba, who has a moment of absolute brilliance here with this initial strike. And then a simple throw-in routine from United. They don't close it down tightly enough. It comes into Greenwood. He takes a terrible touch, but hits a brilliant strike. And United have the lead in the 69th minute. And if they can hold on to this one, this will be the 5th match. 15 points that United will have taken from losing positions. This early in the season, we're not even at the Christmas break. We haven't even made it halfway through. That would be an absurd number of games won from losing positions as the free kick for West Ham swung in here. Initially half dealt with. It's still around the top of the box here for United. Finally, McTominay will get it out of the danger zone. Bowen will block this pass from Rashford, and West Ham have it once again. McTominay. Bundled over here by a couple West Ham players. Fornals is the one adjudged to have made the final contact. A lot of frustration there from the Hammers, and I can't blame them. They have to be looking around wondering what the hell happened. This was a match that was so easily in their control. It should have been 2-0 when Bowen missed that golden opportunity in the 56th minute. This one should have been done and dusted really for them the way it was going. And just like that, they blink, they miss it. They're down 2-1 here. They have to be absolutely shell-shocked. Here's Maguire. Great touch here by Fernandes. Looking through for Rashford. He's breaking in behind. Here's Marcus Rashford for 3. It's off the bar! And rolls out for a goal kick, or for a throw in here. United have absolutely come alive here. It's that combination we talked about. Bruno Fernandes into the run of Marcus Rashford. He takes a decent first touch, but the finish just barely not good enough here. It rolls past Fabianski, but bounces off the post. And similar to how Pablo Fornals had one of his efforts in the first half bounce back off the bar, this one's similarly unlucky for Rashford, and a great chance for United to go up 3-1. Goes begging. Now Maguire clearing this one away. Headed down by Pogba. Bruno. Juan Mata back to Bruno. Telles. Maguire. McTominay. This pass a little bit tough there for Alex Telles. Tries to slide to keep it in play, but it will bounce off him for a West Ham throw. Now here's Souček. Into the feet of Haller. He'll look in behind for Fornals. His pass deflected. Comes back to Declan Rice. Leaves it for Ogbonna. Pass tough for Masuaku, but he does very well with it. Getting around Juan Mata. He's picked out Cresswell. Pass through the legs of Wan-Bissaka for Masuaku. Driving into the box. Here's the laid cross. Picked off by Harry Maguire, and he's able to clear it away. Decent move up the near touchline here for West Ham, but can't quite get past Harry Maguire there. Here's Masuaku again, though. Fornals. Clipping this one to the back post. It's Sofal looking to settle this one. Has an opportunity. It's cross deflected. Headed down by Pogba. It's Rashford now. Good defending there from United. Rashford going to dance by Jared Bowen here. He's bursting forward. Has help from Greenwood. Similarly to Fernandes on the right side, but it's a great tackle from Declan Rice. Takes that one away from Marcus Rashford. And he's left Rashford in a heap behind the play, which has been called back by the referee. Declan Rice will also go to ground now. It's an excellent challenge there from Rice, but both he and Rashford took some damage in the aftermath. Rashford holding on to his head. I'm sure that's why this play has been stopped here. Look at this burst from Marcus Rashford. He absolutely scorches Jared Bowen here. Drives forward. Sofal's trying to close him down. They can't quite get to him, but finally Declan Rice gets a great challenge there. He sticks in, and I think Marcus Rashford's momentum carries him into the body of Angelo Ogbonna. Yeah, you can see his head just hits the shin guard of Ogbonna there. No intention, of course, from Ogbonna. He's also losing his balance, but that's certainly well smart for Rashford there, who I'm sure will get a little bit of a concussion check here. Now wiping himself off, helping himself up as Rashford looks pretty alert and looks all right. He should be able to continue here. There's a double substitution being prepared here for West Ham. It's Said Benrahma and Manuel Lanzini that will be introduced here. Pablo Fornals will be the first hauled off for Benrahma. And Jared Bowen will be the other in favor of Manuel Lanzini. So a good shift in the first half for Bowen is not reflected in the second half. Really ephemeral in this one. Was very involved at the beginning of it, but faded away as United came back into this match. Moyes will make the attacking changes he needs to try to get level once again in this one. Cresswell moves this back to Ogbonna. Over to the right-hand side. Good tackling here from Rashford, wins the ball back, and United have it once again. It's Pogba. Fernandez. Mata. Bit of a tough touch there. It bounces off Benrahma, but West Ham have won it back. Great read here from Lindelof. Will step in and intercept that pass intended for Haller. Greenwood. Good lay from Fernandez. Greenwood driving forward. Greenwood in the box looking to shoot. It's blocked away. Not sure if that took a deflection or if that went straight behind, but another driving run here from Mason Greenwood almost results in his second goal here. Greenwood plays this one into Fernandez. It's a great layoff for Greenwood. He drives straight forward, tries to get an outside of the boot shot here, and maybe trying to toe poke it, and there is no deflection. It'll be a goal kick for West Ham, and it's Declan Rice bringing it away. Masuaku looking up the line. His pass blocked away by Wan-Bissaka. Ogbonna. This one's sent forward by Balbuena. Up goes Maguire. He'll head down for Pogba. Looking forward here. Knocked backwards by Mata. He's going to look for the run of Rashford. Rashford in behind once again. Setting himself, looking to shoot. And he has scored! It's 3-1 United! What a counterattack here from the Reds. And they are pulling away from West Ham here. What a second half performance here from Manchester United. Look at the combination play. Fernandez to Mata, and this is a brilliant ball from Juan Mata. Sees the space in behind. It's perfectly weighted into the path of Marcus Rashford. He takes one touch to settle it, chips it over the on-rushing Fabianski here. It's a brilliant counterattack. It's a brilliant finish from Marcus Rashford, and that should seal the deal here for United. Completely languid in the first half, unable to generate anything whatsoever. Rashford comes on, Bruno Fernandes comes on, Juan Mata come on in the second half, and United look like a completely different team. Absolutely lethal with their opportunities this half. They lead 3-1 here. So West Ham getting started once again, now trailing by 2. They have a mountain to climb. Benrahma and Lanzini have been introduced to try to make that up. But this is a tall ask here of the Hammers. Their best chances came early in the second half. They have not had a lot of the game since United's first goal, courtesy of Paul Pogba, completely changed the momentum of this match. And since that moment, United have been on the front in the ascendancy. They have taken their chances well in the second half. And they now lead with that 2-goal advantage here in London. Benrahma does well, moves this one out to Sofal. Setting himself, looking for a crossing angle that bounces off of Tellez. It'll go behind for a corner kick here to West Ham. Looks like they're going to change the ball here in the corner. Cresswell not happy with that first ball, so they're going to go to the second one. Sure, that'll... You go, Aaron. That'll make the difference. Here is Aaron Cresswell from the far corner, swinging this one in towards the back post here. Up go the heads. It's flicked on by Maguire. It's Benrahma picking it up. Inside the box here. Looking for the options. Overlapping run. Here's Benrahma looking to chip Henderson and almost pulls it off there. Dean Henderson had cheated a couple yards off his line. Benrahma looks for an audacious chip. It's pretty well weighted. It's just so tight. It's such a tight window to try to fit it in here. And Benrahma puts just a little bit too much power on this one. But you can see Henderson diving backwards there. He was nervous when he saw that one come off the foot of Benrahma. But it will still remain 3-1 in favor of United here. And now there are just 10 minutes remaining for West Ham in this one to try to overcome a deficit I don't think they ever expected to have after that first half performance. Harry Maguire tripped here by Sebastian Haller. He'll help pick up the Englishman here. But Haller cutting a frustrated figure here. So I think much of West Ham will be. Again, they were much better than United in the first half and started the second half stronger than United. They should have had a 2-0 lead here. And sorry, Mpoxa163. I don't allow links yet. So if this is something related, just message me in chat with what it is, and I'll consider letting it go through. But as of now, I just don't let links, sir. Sorry. Here's Dean Henderson looking long, headed away initially by Balbuena. It's United in possession, though, looking for another through ball. It's well weighted into Marcus Rashford. It's Greenwood actually looking across the face of goal. Didn't have any support, and the angle was always against him there. It'll roll all the way through to Arthur Masuaku, who will hold off Wan-Bissaka. It'll be a throw in here to West Ham. Cresswell now. Gonna look for the throw here. Move it infield to Masuaku, I believe. Now this one being shifted around. Oh, we lost the feed for a second. Okay, now we're back. Here's Cresswell. Clearing this one right foot up the line. Good header for Haller. Here's Fornal, looking in behind here for Benrahma, but cleared away the last second, and good work by Wan-Bissaka. Will knock it away from Lanzini. Wan-Bissaka now looking for Mata. It's intercepted by Aaron Cresswell. West Ham have it again here. 8 minutes left in regulation for the Hammers to try to find something here at home, trailing by 2. It's Benrahma driving forward, picks out Haller, who loses balance a little bit. Foul going to be called here for West Ham. It's a good shooting position for this free kick. We'll see what the Hammers can make of it. Again, they need to. 7 minutes remaining in this one, trailing by 2. If they want to try to win this one, they need to try to take advantage of this free kick. Ooh, there's Luca in the background. Did you guys hear that one? There he is. There's little Luca. Here is the ensuing free kick. It's Lanzini standing over this one. It's actually taken by Cresswell, and Henderson pushes that one away at the critical moment. Great save by Dean Henderson to keep this a 2-goal lead for United. Aaron Cresswell taking this one on. He gets great contact on it. That one looks to be curling into the right-hand side of Henderson's goal there. But Dean Henderson equal to this free kick. Here comes the ensuing corner from Cresswell here, headed away by Harry Maguire. Here's the ensuing strike from Lanzini. Gets good contact on it, but it's seen all the way by Dean Henderson. Able to catch that one pretty easily. And he will roll out Bruno Fernandes here, who looks in behind with his left foot, but that one a little bit too much pace on it for Rashford to run down. A little bit too hard for even someone like Rashford. So take another look at this free kick here. This is an excellent strike from Lanzini, trying to beat Henderson to his near side. Catches Henderson shifting a little bit, but Henderson gets back well, gets a strong hand on it. It's a good save. It's what you want to see out of Dean Henderson in his first full start here for United. Now Fabianski looking long here. Up go the heads. McTominay wins out over Haller, who's come out a little bit second best there, holding the back of his head. Now here's Benrahma. His flick on is intercepted by Pogba. Rashford coming the other way here. Has Bruno on his left. Will leave it to Bruno. Greenwood in the box. That cross deflected away. United still with it. Throw in for them. 5 minutes remaining in regulation here. Probably not that much stoppage time as well. And I do believe I missed a West Ham substitution here. If you give me a second, I'll take a look at that one. Ben Johnson actually coming in here. Might have been for Sofal. Oh boy. Let me see here. It was for Sofal indeed. Maybe was struggling for pace or fitness there a little bit. Is surprised to see him. He's had been having a fairly decent game, I would say. Neither of the goals came from his side. And did put in a couple good crosses for his team. So here's Tellez. Work here by Fernandes to hold off a couple West Ham players, but the unkind deflection there for United will bounce into the hands of Fabianski. 4 minutes remaining here in this one. United looking to hold out this lead that they have built for themselves all in the second half here. Lanzini. Haller. Souček going to look over the top. His pass is poor, intended for Benrahma. It'll be intercepted by United, and now McTominay has it. He's robbed the possession by Haller, though. Haller will cut it back. He'll pick out Souček, who moves it over to Cresswell. Cresswell steadies himself, finds Benrahma. Declan Rice, 35 yards out, will strike it right at Dean Henderson. Easy save there for the United keeper. It's good contact here from Declan Rice. He sets himself. He sees the target. Actually takes a deflection off Scott McTominay, but it doesn't do enough to change the ball's direction. And Henderson can just adjust slightly to catch that one. Now it's Tellez. Rashford, Tellez. Pogba. Pogba's pass deflected here, but Harry Maguire will clean up the scraps, heading it down for Tellez. He'll cut it back. United just keeping possession here, taking time off the clock. 2.5 minutes left in regulation. Again, shouldn't be that much stoppage time. Probably only for one incident in which Rashford and Declan Rice went down on the pitch briefly. It's Pogba with it now. Wan-Bissaka. Getting pressured here by Masuaku, will be forced to drive back in field. He'll look back for Victor Lindelof. Now all the way back to Henderson. Henderson will steady himself. Will look for the clearance. Aiming for Greenwood, but easily won by Ogbonna. Now it's steadied by Rice. He's robbed of possession, but the bounce goes to Benrahma. Driving forwards, Benrahma here. Clipped from behind a little bit, but continues on. He will be tripped at the top of the box, but no foul by the referee. I think Benrahma's a little unfortunate there, as he was being nicked from behind a couple times by Scott McTominay. Now Tellez launching this one long, easily chested down by Ogbonna. Declan Rice moving it forward again. His pass for Cresswell forces the left back backwards, but he is able to maintain possession and moves it to Masuaku. Now back to Rice. Benrahma Been pretty lively since coming on here, has Benrahma. Good turn by Hilaire, looking for Benrahma. Can't get there ahead of Wan-Bissaka. Now it's Johnson. Closed down here by Rashford. Will draw the foul on Rashford. Excellent work here by the newly introduced defender. I was right. It was Ben Johnson. Yeah, I went and double checked it because I thought I screwed up, but I didn't. So here is the ensuing free kick. Will be Cresswell swinging this one in. Knocked down in the box, cleared the rest of the way by Mata. Good work there by United's number 8. Masuaku will look up the line towards Benrahma. He drives inside, clips this one into the box, but a little bit too much weight on that one. Henderson will claim it easily. And he will take us to the end of regulation here. We'll see what we have on the clock. Another good ball played in by Cresswell, but just well defended there by United. So we have reached the end of regulation. The referee's holding up 5 minutes of stoppage time, so maybe more than I anticipated there. 5 more minutes for West Ham to try to find something here. It's Pogba holding off the challenge of Lanzini. He'll move it over to Wan-Bissaka. Pogba. Left foot over the top here. He's picked out Rashford. Not quite, actually, as Fabianski comes out to settle that one. Cresswell. Masuaku. Rice. West Ham trying to move this one forward. Running out of time here. They need 2 goals in the next 5 minutes to get something out of this match that, again, on the first half performance and the way the second half started, I think they were expecting. I think we all were expecting West Ham much the better side for the first 60 minutes or so. Benrahma doing well here to take this one away from McTominay. Shifts it out to Masuaku. Good cross in here, but well read by Maguire. His header settled by Mata very well. Excellent work by the Spaniard there. Now back into the feet of Mata, but that pass from McTominay a little bit too far away from Mata. It'll be taken by West Ham. It's now Lanzini. Benrahma. Pass into Hilaire. His pass for Lanzini not as good. Misses his target. It's taken by United once again, this time through Fernandez. Looking across here. Still riding the challenge from Ben Johnson. Now passes to Wan-Bissaka, gets it back, pushes through a couple challenges. That's great work from Bruno Fernandes. Here comes Juan Mata, has Mason Greenwood on the far side. He's found him, settling himself. Stuck here by Fabian Balbuena. Excellent defending from Balbuena, and he'll get the clearance away as well. Tellez has it. United keep possession here. 3 minutes remaining in stoppage time. And the way it's looking here, United, for the 5th time this season, will come from a losing position to take all 3 points. It'll be the 15th point they take from a losing position before the Christmas break here. That is a pretty astonishing number. Tellez will look long here towards Rashford. He picks him out well. Under pressure from Agbana. No offsides. Rashford just going to hold possession here for United. They'll move it backwards once again. Again, just killing the clock here. 2.5 minutes remaining for United to hold this 2-goal cushion. Lindelof. Maguire. Bruno Fernandes. Alex Tellez here. McTominay. And West Ham just look defeated here. Their press is absolutely languishing here. They just don't look interested in giving 100%. They seem to have just given up on this one. Of course, the 2-goal margin, very hard to overturn with just a couple minutes remaining as this one launched in behind here. It's Greenwood in behind. He tries the first time strike and gets it all wrong there. Mason Greenwood potentially a little embarrassed by that effort. This is a great ball in behind. He looks like he's offsides. It probably would have come back on VAR review from Bruno Fernandes, but just completely reaches at that strike, almost loses his own balance and ends up on the turf. Just, as I said, getting it all wrong there was Greenwood. with just a minute remaining here, this is probably West Ham's last chance. They really need this next attack to come good, or they will run out of time here. Declan Rice. Haller. Benrahma. Shooting this one straight to Henderson. He'll catch that one, fall on top of it, and that should just about do it here. Henderson will eat a good 30 seconds off the clock. Before punting this one forward, as he's about to do now. It's actually gone short here. Going to allow some pressure from West Ham to come on to them, are United, but Wan-Bissaka will eventually knock this one off Masuaku. Just 30 seconds remaining, and United have done it here. They have pulled off another comeback in the Premier League, coming today from 1-0 down to 3-1 up. All 3 goals coming in a 12-minute stretch, courtesy of Paul Pogba, Mason Greenwood, and then Marcus Rashford. And just an incredible flurry from United, who looked a completely different side following the 60-minute mark today than they did in the first 60 minutes of the match. What a huge transformation from them. What a huge victory for them here today. United winners here at full time, 3-1 in the London Stadium. And as we were talking about, the goals provided by Paul Pogba, Mason Greenwood, and Marcus Rashford, all in the second half of play here, all within a 12-minute stretch of each other. Just an absolute blitz from United in the later stages of the second half, and that will give them the victory here today. They run out of the London Stadium 3-1 winners. All right, guys, that'll do it. What a match. That was absolutely fantastic to watch, to call. Just a dreary first half. I mean, both teams not really doing much, and then you saw West Ham start to get it, right? Jared Bowen was being a nuisance. Pablo Fornals was getting into dangerous spots. Haller had good hold-up play. They looked good at the end of the first half. They got their goal off the set piece, and then the second half started, and they looked even better. Like, United made those 2 subs, and West Ham came out of the gates flying. They had a good chance through Haller. They had a great chance through Bowen that should have been finished for 2-0, and that ended up killing them. That 2-0 would have been huge for them. And minutes later, Paul Pogba, just out of nowhere, the clearance from Dean Henderson. United hadn't generated anything. One little layoff from Fernandes. Paul Pogba has a brilliant 25-yard strike. It's level, and United just flipped the switch, man. From the moment that goal went in, they were like, it was a completely different team. They were clinical. They were dangerous. They were finding space in behind. They were running at people. They were passing. Oh, it's like, it's incredible. Like, they really are very dependent on Fernandes and Rashford, and that's a scary thing to think. It's a bad place to be in as a club, but man, oh man, can those 2 players and the team as a whole just be so hot and cold. It is incredible the difference in the performance we saw from the first 55 minutes to the last 35 minutes. I mean, incredible difference. But we'll go through the match ratings here for the players. West Ham, I'll give Fabianski, I think a 5.5 probably. I don't know if he could have done anything about Paul Pogba's strike. Maybe. Probably could have done more with Greenwood's strike. That was a little bit average goalkeeping. And then nothing he can do about Rashford's third. Cresswell, I think, gets a 6.5 for me. His crosses were good today. I thought he was composed on the far side with Masuaku. I think he was pretty solid and the best of their defensive trio. I thought Abana gets a 5. I think Balbuena gets a 5. You give up 3 goals. They're absolutely blitzed in the second half. Sofal, 6.5. Should have had an assist. Bowen let him down there. Gets hauled off late. I'm not sure for why. Declan Rice, 7.5, gets the assist for Souček's goal, who will also get a 7.5. They were solid in the first 60 minutes and then just fell apart later on. Masuaku, 6. Fornals gets a 5.5. I thought he had a couple of decent chances that he didn't do very well with, and for that reason, I take a half point off the base 6 rating. Bowen gets a 7. I thought he was dangerous in the first half, early on in the second half, and then sort of fell off the pace as United came back into the match. Haller will also get a 7 for his role in the first 60 minutes. Lanzini gets a 6. Benrahma will get a 7 for me. I thought he was lively coming on, was trying things, looking for shots, trying to combine well, and Ben Johnson not on for long enough. And then United, Henderson will give him a 6.5. Didn't have too much to do. Made one good save. You could maybe give him a 7 for that save off Cresswell's free kick. But good debut for him. Nothing you could do about the goal. Just a good flick onto the back post. Nobody's marking. Thought he handled everything that came to him well. Wan-Bissaka, 8. Dude was really solid. Great tackling. Excellent defensive positioning. Nothing you can do about the goal. None of the really dangerous opportunities came down his side except for maybe the one cross for Niles. But he was really, really staunch defensively. I think Lindelof, 6.5. I think Maguire, 6.5. I thought they were okay. I don't think Maguire deserves a 7. Winning headers that he should win for me is not enough to give him that rating, although I know it factors into defensive statistics. Tellez. I think I would give Tellez a 7.5. He does have the assist. Thought he was okay. That assist will help. He was just solid. Not as good defensively as Wan-Bissaka, but obviously had the assist for one of the goals. Pogba. If you gave him a first half performance, I give him a 5. Second half performance, 7.5. He gets the goal. It's a brilliant strike. Comes alive with the introduction of Fernandes because there's less pressure on him and starts to actually dictate a little bit of the match. We'll give him a 7.5. McTominay, 6.5. Just did his job. Van de Beek, a 6. Martial, a 5. Edinson Cavani, a 5.5. Greenwood gets an 8 for the goal, maybe a 7.5. I think he was pretty paltry in the first half and then wasted a couple opportunities in the second half after taking his goal well. So I think 7.5 there. Rashford, 8.5, and Bruno Fernandes, 8.5. Those guys come on, and the whole team changes. I mean, a clearance from Henderson, patient play by Fernandes to help, Paul Pogba get that brilliant strike. There's one. The second one is a throw-in, comes into Greenwood. It's still the pass into him comes from Fernandes. That's 2. And then the third one, there's a chance before Rashford's the third goal that Rashford also should have finished that Bruno Fernandes played him in on. He gets played in by Mata, who also gets a 7.5 on his introduction. They're just brilliant. The changes were brilliant. The whole team changed, and those two players, you see how dependent United are on them. But that'll do it for the match here today. Thanks again for tuning in. Hope you did enjoy the stream. And we'll be on again tomorrow for another cast of the Premier League. But thanks again, and I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day.